By the Louisville Icehawks here at the Broadbent Arena in Louisville, Kentucky. 1 minute exactly remaining in the period, and the Hampton Roads Admirals have it. Pierce, they're ready to celebrate. Pierce trying to get it away. Again, taken away by Scheid. Scheid has the puck coming across that line. He has Bright with him. Bright scoring that last goal on a breakaway, coming right in on top of Bernard and beat him cleanly. Here again, the Louisville Icehawks have it behind their own net. Humanek, he's just going to waste as much time as he can. What would the difference be? Here again, Humanek. Humanek starting to come at the blue line, coming down over center ice. This game is going to be history, 8-3 in favor of the Hampton Roads Admirals. 23 seconds remaining. Here's a big banner coming around in front of us. I think we can celebrate on that. Hampton Roads, the home of the ECHL champions, Jack Riley Championship, for the second year in a row. Here are the Hampton Roads Admirals. Gervais. John Brophy over there is extremely excited. This will be his second championship and the game is over. And the Hampton Roads Admirals come out and celebrate down at the goal line in front of Mark Bernard. They all jump at Mark Bernard, actually. The Louisville Icehawks down to our left. Both teams are going to be coming out on the ice. And they're going to be lining up and shaking each other's hands. I would have thought the Louisville Icehawks would have given the Hampton Roads Admirals a better series. They played so well in the first game. They played good in the second game. They played poorly in the third and fourth. And the Hampton Roads Admirals, of course, they really did the job on the Louisville Icehawks, the winners of the Western Division. So the shots on goal, the Hampton Roads Admirals in the third period outshot the Louisville Icehawks 17-7. And the team are down there. I also see Scott Cash, the cameramen are down there. Everyone's there. They have the whole Hampton Roads Admirals hockey team on the ice. A Bussy Bob is out there picking up the sticks. The Hampton Roads Admirals are going to line up. They're going to be lining up here at center ice as Billy Nolan shaking the first hand. It was a good, clean series between both these teams. There were good body checks, good, clean hockey playing, but the Hampton Roads Admirals were just too much for the Louisville Icehawks. This is what I like to see. Reminds me of the days of the Olympics when they line up the center ice. The only thing they don't give here is pins. But the Hampton Roads Admirals, led by Billy Nolan, and then Randy Pierce, Dennis McEwen, Pops. There we have Morris Sapp and Muse, the whole hockey team out there shaking hands with the Louisville Icehawks. Warren Young is right down at the end. The Hampton Roads Admirals will be going to the dressing room to celebrate the victory, this 8-3 victory, and the winning of the championship cup, the Jack Riley Cup. And they've just done a superb job. I see Warren Young out there too with his assistant coach. He's shaking hands with all the players. I didn't really see John Brophy out there. I think John was so excited he went to the dressing room. Actually, he's being interviewed down there by Bob. Bob Rydell is interviewing John Brophy. Boy, you have to watch that interview. The Hampton Roads Admirals team in front of their own net. The Louisville Icehawks have just about all gone off the ice. It's just a superb job by the Hampton Roads Admirals. We're going to be back in 30 seconds with more of this championship series. This is Admirals Hockey on WTAR. The Louisville Icehawks 8-3 and defeated them 4 straight. And the Hampton Roads Admirals are down there. I see Scott Cash. He's down there, the television crew from Channel 13. And Hampton Roads Admirals, they come at center ice. Mark Bernard coming over and taking congratulations from Pat Kelly, the commissioner of the East Coast Hockey League, who is presenting. Now here's Mark Bernard. Mark Bernard is talking about his teammates, how great they've done, and how great they were in front of him for the full year. Hampton Roads Admiral fans, there has to be probably 300 or 400 fans. The Hampton Roads Admirals have the the trophy is not given yet. This is try to listen and see if we can hear what Pat Kelly has to say. Jack Riley Cup is being presented by Pat Kelly at center ice to Captain Randy Pierce of the Hampton Roads Admirals, and Randy Pierce puts it in the air. And that hockey team all gather around, and that's the second year in a row that the Hampton Roads Admirals under Coach John Brophy and the great organization of the Hampton Roads Admirals have won it 2 years in a row, and it's going to be corks open for the champagne, and I'm scared to go down there. It'll take all the dye out of my hair. Take all the dye out of Bob's hair, too. Bob is down there with, I see him starting to hustle up here. He had an interview with John Brophy and also with Darcy Kaminsky. The Hampton Roads Admirals are just adorning this trophy that they have up over their head. The whole Hampton Roads Admirals clutter around. Each one of them takes the trophy, the Jack Riley trophy, up over their head. They're skating around, and I'll tell you, it's something in a row. There you are, the champions, and that's the song, and that's exactly what these guys are. I don't think there's any professional athletes that I've either played on teams or officiated or been associated with that are anything like these Hampton Roads Admirals. Last year's team was great. This year's team is great, and it's just the greatest thing that's ever happened to Hampton Roads. 2 championships in a row, and we are the champions is what they're playing. And I'll tell you, what's a greater bunch of guys that could never, ever be. So we have Bob Lytle. I saw Bob coming back up here a little while ago. He had some trouble getting down there to the coaches, and I think he had a thing or two to ask John Brophy. I hope we don't have to bleep much of it, because I know John is extremely excited. The second championship in a row. All the players are out there. There's Cooper. He has it in the air, and we can see again Scott Cash out there with a television crew. The Hampton Roads Admirals are now just leaving the ice, and they are champions for the second year in a row. The Hampton Roads Admirals have defeated the Louisville Icehawks in this game tonight, handily, shooting them 17-7 in the period. There's John Brophy over there, and every one of them are gathered around him. He's just done a tremendous job with the talent he had to work with, but he had great talent to work with also. A great coach, great players, a great championship, a great series. What else can you say, Bob?
I think the word great describes it all. I'm greatly out of breath after making the run from down there in the middle of all that pandemonium, and somehow, totally luckily, I didn't plan on it this way, but when I ran across the ramp area, got up to the top where I could see the
John Brophy stopped.
Yeah, the person I almost ran into and ran over, because you know how big I am, is John Brophy. So I've got an interview here with John. Now it's going to be noisy because it was just crazy and chaos down there. And then Darcy Kaminsky, the assistant coach, Darcy came over, and I managed to corral him as well. So let's give a listen here and make sure I've got all the switches thrown in the right direction, because this is what it sounded. This is what it sounded like down there on the floor just a second or two ago. And let's see if it's going to come through here or not. Well, we may have to throw a few more switches here.
Well, the Hampton Roads Admirals are gone to their dressing room. We're going to be going down there momentarily. Remember, this team are getting in at 2:40 tomorrow afternoon by U.S. Air at the Norfolk Airport. So be out there to greet them. Then a big celebration at 7 p.m. at Scope, and that'll be on Monday night. And make sure you're at Scope for that big celebration.
Well, Pat Chandler, I'm still throwing the switches and levers here. Let's see here if I've got all the right inputs and everything. That worked earlier today up into that particular section, but doesn't want to fly right now. Let's see if we can get it to come through this time.
Now, we got Darcy Kaminsky up here also. Gonna talk to Darcy.
I think we're having problems here with the, you want to go ahead and, let me try it over here on number 3.
Okay.
Because Darcy's been interviewed once here, and I don't want him updating when I'm...
Oh, he doesn't mind. He loves being interviewed.
Oh, let's see if we...
Now, that might be it now. Now, we're hearing something in the background, guys. Stay with us. We're going to have Darcy Kaminsky Brophy on, and John Brophy also, as the Hampton Roads Admirals have won this game tonight handily and won the series 4 games to none. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be right back here to Louisville's Broadband Arena. Well, the celebration continues here in Louisville, Kentucky. The Hampton Roads Admirals are back out on the ice again, most of them without their shirts. I mean, we're talking, you know how you play football, skins and shirts? Right now, the Admirals are skins. They're celebrating with their Jack Riley Cup out on the ice. A little while ago, I went down, grabbed John Brophy, the head coach, and Darcy Kaminsky, the assistant coach for the Admirals, in the middle of all the pandemonium. So this is going to be a noisy interview, but this is what it sounded like just a few moments ago down on the floor as time ticked off and the Admirals were victorious. John, can I do a quick one with you? Coach John Brophy of the Hampton Roads Admirals. How does it feel again?
Well, it feels great because two different kinds of teams. We done it easier this year than we did last year. It's a great feeling, and the guys worked hard. We won 17 out of 17 out of 19 games to the playoffs. I mean, you can't ask better than that. It's a great feeling.
Absolutely incredible run. You really dominated these guys right from the get-go.
Yeah. We actually play a team, and I mean, you got better and better going along. It's going good.
I know you want to get into the locker room to be with the team. Congratulations again. East Coast Hockey League Jack Riley Cup champions, Hampton Roads Admirals. Where's the cup? John wants to know, where's the cup? Supposed to have the cup presentation down here. It should look familiar. The Admirals have looked at it before, as they are the East Coast Hockey League Jack Riley Cup champions. Want to thank Coach John Brophy. And let me see if I can get Darcy to come up here for a moment. Darcy Kaminsky, the assistant coach for the Admirals. Darcy, I'm going to put the same question to you I just did to John. How does it feel to win it again?
It's a pretty good feeling. I guess like you say, second time's always better, but it's a pretty good feeling, and we got a great team and a great group of guys, and they won. That's it. That's what
You guys really dominated this final series. They were into it a little bit in game number 1. You guys came from behind and won that. But games 2, 3, and 4, it's just been all apples.
Well, you know, like I said, we got a great team, and we got a hell of a hockey club, and once we got them playing the way they're supposed to, like I said, they're the best hockey club in the league, and it's been a lot of fun to realize the boys they did, that's something.
Well, that's what it sounded like. Pat Chandler down on the floor just a few moments ago as the Hampton Roads Admirals picked up yet another Jack Riley Cup as they become once again the champions of the East Coast Hockey League, taking care of the Louisville Icehawks by a score of 8-3. Now, 2 of them, did they get one more? 3. No, they did. They got one other goal, but we were all over them in that game tonight. We were all over them when we came here the other night for the TV game. We won that game by 4 goals, and tonight we just whopped them out there. It's not that Louisville were playing that bad. The Hampton Roads Admirals just playing superb. Then the Louisville Icehawks, as they start going down, start getting worse and worse. And Darcy, the team are down here on the ice now. You rushed down, trying to get your wind coming back. You rushed down, got in the picture, got a little champagne flowing on you, and you're back up here again. But what a great hockey team. Yeah, you know, ever since we went into that slump coming on the road in Cincinnati, Louisville the last time we were here, and we seem to gel a little bit better. And the guys realized what kind of a hockey club we had, the talent that we had in this hockey club, and in Johnstown, I'd say we built a lot of character. From there, every game was character building game, and once the guys knew what kind of skill we had and what kind of opportunity they had, they just went for it, and it seemed to just go sky high from there. And the attitude on the hockey club and the players, they just gelled together, and as you can see, another championship, and it's a great feeling right now. You know, the worst game we had in a long time was that televised game with Cincinnati when we lost. Then we went back into Johnstown, as you mentioned. We took those 2 games, and from then we just exploded. No one could beat us. Well, that's right. You know, like I said before, it took a little bit of time for the guys to realize the talent and the potential that the players themselves have on the hockey club. And once they realized what kind of a team we had,
it didn't take long for him to go, and I think the attitude was a big thing, and once everybody got the right attitude and worked together, it takes a total team effort to win a championship, right from the goaltender to the coaches to the front office and everything, and everybody worked together, and just a great feeling right now.
The Hampton Roads Admirals, we were with them for the last 3 days. They got such a great attitude there. We mentioned that before. There's no big shots. There's no prima donnas. Every one of these guys are just like normal guys, but they can play the game and they play it together well.
Well, that's right. Like the old saying goes, you know, the finesse guys will get you there, and the grinders will win it. And the grinding line and Morissette, Maraboli, and McHugh, and they came out and they got the first 2 goals, and bang, all of a sudden we took off from there. And the other 2 lines, they figured, holy heck, you know, these guys are going, and we better start picking up.
Holy heck! I was gonna point the old panic button.
Anyway,
Excellent control, Darcy.
Oh boy!
One thing I'd like to say, fellas, that for all the people that weren't here to win it with us, we went for you all back there, and you know, there's a lot of parents that couldn't be here on the guys' behalf, but on the players' behalf. But I'd just like to say that Hampton Roads Admirals wish to thank all the fans and the support of the Hampton Roads area. Without that support, without them being behind us, you know, it would have been hard to overcome the objects that we did. But the fans that we had there, and you know, sellout crowds, and you know, it's just unbelievable. It's remarkable, and I hope to see hockey in the Hampton Roads area for many years to come. Plus, I'd like to say we're going to have a few more championships there too.
I think if we ever had to put the last year's championship team against this year's championship team, well, I don't know what would ever happen. There's only a couple of these guys who were with the team last year, but they're different kind of teams, Darcy, but they're both championship caliber.
That's right. You know, last year's team, we could play it any way. What do you want to play? If you wanted to go out and fight, or do you want to go play finesse, we could do the same thing. This year's team, built on speed, we had the 3 full lines, and they could really move. With a great defense and a good goaltender, Mark Bernard, the forwards coming back and helping our defense, you know, it made us very unstoppable. This series here, we shut down the Gorski line. I don't think Gorski maybe got 1 point, or if he got 1 point, but like I said, the guys knew what they had to do. They were on a mission from the first time, and you know, I can't say anything more. It's just like unbelievable.
Darcy, thanks so much for being with us. You had an opportunity to be with us twice here. Once out there in the middle of the pandemonium, you and John Brophy. We heard that interview just a few moments ago. The noise that those Admiral fans generated down here inside Broadbent Arena here in Louisville is just incredible as you guys were accepting the cup. Thanks again for coming up here to the press box. Yes.
I'd like to say hi to the people I live with, John and Marie McCall. They're great to us too, helping the guys out, helping me out a lot, and the Winston clan, they're great supporters as well, everybody else. So what I can do is I'll turn it over to you fellas, and see if I can't go find Bro. He's somewhere around there, probably soaking wet. So we'll see you back there Monday night. We're going to come in flying in tomorrow, and we're looking forward to seeing everybody else and bringing the cup back home.
Thanks very much, Darcy. Best of luck, guy, and with everything you do.
We'll take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back to Louisville. Welcome back to Broadbent Arena, everybody, in Louisville, Kentucky, where the Hampton Roads Admirals have just won the Jack Riley Cup as champions of the East Coast Hockey League by a score of 8-3 over the Louisville Icehawks, finishing off the Icehawks 4 games to none. My goodness, Pat Childers are cutting the lights off here on us. So before they kill the power, for those of you who couldn't be here in Louisville to celebrate with the Admirals, here's what you can do as far as the celebration, because we've got one scheduled back in Hampton Roads. It's going to be Monday evening at 7 o'clock at Scope. They're going to open the gates at 6 o'clock. There is no charge for this. And at 7 o'clock Monday evening, they will have just kind of a family get-together, the fans and the team at Scope for your champion Hampton Roads Admirals. For those of you who might want to greet the Admirals at the airport when they arrive tomorrow, as of right now, they're scheduled, the team is, to arrive at Norfolk International on U.S. Air at 2:40 tomorrow, Saturday afternoon. Pat Chentler, what more can we say?
Well, you really can't say much, Bob. Rydell, it was just a tremendous finale. One player that I don't want to have forgotten, and that's Murray Hood. Murray Hood, who played in our championship team last year, was with us at the first start of the year and went into the assistant coaching. He played and so forth, and Murray wasn't with us tonight, but here's one for you, Murray, because he was with us in the championship last year, and as far as I'm concerned, the caliber that fella has, he's part of us right now.
Sure was. the final score from Louisville, Kentucky, Hampton Roads Admirals 8, the Louisville Icehawks 3. The Admirals have won the Jack Riley Cup as the champions of the East Coast Hockey League by sweeping the Louisville Icehawks 4 games to none. Pat?
We got our rubber suits on. I'm going to take my shirt off when I go to the dressing room. I definitely want to take this nice tie off because it'll shrink up to about 6 inches.
That's a quality tie.
You better take yours off. I don't want any of the champagne doing anything to the top of your head. It's probably going to take the dye out of my hair if anybody thinks I have any in it.
That's going to wrap it up for Louisville, everybody. This is Bob Rydell along with Pat Chetler saying so long for the 1991-92 East Coast Hockey League season and Admirals hockey on AM